Greetings, YouTube. This is Mike Haley7 coming to you on this morning of April 15th, 2019. And I'm on my way to the Harley-Davidson dealership in Raleigh, North Carolina to get a 15,000 mile service. And I think they're going to work on my clutch recall. So that'll be a nice thing. We went through some really bad rain recently. Tornado was about 5 miles away from my house. Luckily, it didn't damage anybody's homes or hurt anybody. That's a good thing, because it hit at a park called Raven Rock Park. So thank goodness that was not a big deal. Today is the first day of registration for returning students at my school, so I really need to be on deck, as they say. So that's one of the reasons I'm trying to be speedier than usual. I gotta get up to that dealership, drop the bike off, tell them what I want, and then get my butt back to school before all the crazy starts. Do a lot of advising this week. It's actually pretty darn busy from now right up until June. This is my busy time. I have to do advising, registrations, releases, faculty evaluations. There's all kinds of paperwork that needs to be done before the end of the semester, and for many it's the end of the academic year, so there's things that they have to do and I have to make sure they do them. So just you know, busy, but that's a good thing. At least the time will go by more quickly. Just to let you know, I'm thinking about doing a motorcycle trip over Memorial Day weekend. I'd like to go out to West Virginia and ride the back of the Dragon, or maybe go to a place I've already been before, up by Asheville, and ride the Devil's Whip. That'd be a nice little ride. Oh, thank goodness. There's another place called Williamson, West Virginia, and they have a lot of nice roads out there, I hear. Well, no, I didn't hear it. I saw it on the research I did on the interwebs. And the reason Williamson is somewhat appealing to me is if my friends Mark and Jay, if they're gonna be able to ride with me and we all try to do the same distance to get to whatever meetup, Williamson, West Virginia is probably the best of them. It's about equidistant for all three of us. Normally I'd be turning in there right now. Watch out for this car on the right. That's what I knew that was going to happen. Had my hand or my thumb covering the horn. I was ready. Okay, so a question for you, if you don't mind. I've put out a number of firearms related videos recently, and I've noticed that my viewership is about half on those, and I'm really thinking about putting them on the other channel, just because. Oh, that would have got me. I wasn't paying attention. I like how my taillight oscillates. Or at least it does initially when you first push the brake lever. I'm looking in my rearview mirror to see. Right now it's solid. But if I let go and push again, it oscillates. That is so cool. Definitely got to do a shout out to Custom Dynamics. They are amazingly awesome. They do a great job. Make a fine product. And that's not just because, you know, I've worked with them in the past and gotten the benefit of their lights. I mean, I had lights installed already that I paid for. Love them. So I've got nothing but good things to say about Custom Dynamics out of Youngsville, North Carolina. Definitely going to have my mind in the right mode here for this. I'm not sure if you knew this, but I cut my teeth driving-wise in the great American city of Boston, Massachusetts, and its surrounding cities. And if you don't know this, Boston is notorious for having really aggressive and basically just what they call bad drivers. People who tailgate, people who pass, cut in, cut out, cut you off kind of thing. It's very aggressive there. You have to have kind of eyes in the back of your head. It's almost like being a fighter pilot when you're up there. That's where I grew up, so that was always my normal. Lynn, Massachusetts, where I grew up, was even worse than Boston. I mean, it was not unheard of for people to go on sidewalks there if it suited them. My father used to say a prayer every time he entered Lynn. So whenever I am riding riding, it's actually helped me a lot, because when I was in Massachusetts, I constantly had to watch what other drivers were doing, because you never knew, right, if they were going to jump out in front of you or not. But you could tell if they were tending to, either based on the movement of the vehicle or the situation. Like all these vehicles that I'm passing on the right-hand side here as we go, I know that they want to jump over into the left. That's situational. So I kind of hugged the bumper of the guy in front of me a little bit, but of course I've got to be very careful not to go piling into this guy. And at the same time, I have to defend my lane position, because if I don't, someone will cut in front of me. I do not recommend that you ride like this, and I don't normally, but I'm just trying to get there. So I have experience doing this kind of thing, years and years of it. I'm not just looking at the vehicle in front of me, I'm looking at all the vehicles ahead of it, judging the situation. Should I get closer, not closer, just because. Anyway, so when you grow up in a place where you have to constantly watch every other driver and see what they might do, anticipate constantly, that's kind of what you do on a motorcycle anyway. No time to enjoy the beautiful sky this morning. Just a momentary glance or two, it's about all I get.